Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great pleasure to start this discussion around the table on the occasion of the second seminar that is organized here at the Italian Embassy. I would like to welcome all the distinguished guests, starting with the American administration, the Alcohol, Tobacco, Tax and Trade Bureau, which is a very important interlocutor for not only for my government but also for the entities which are relevant in this sector that we are going to tackle on the discussion this afternoon. But I would like also to express a strong appreciation for the Italian actors in this discussion, especially with the institutes who have been which are represented from San Michele all'Adige, from Verona, who are so prominent and important in the area of wine control, regulation, analysis, test, and scientific advancement, especially in this area. I would like also to express really close appreciation to the Director of a Trade Commission in New York, and to say that I believe that this event today, of course, it has been established as a second session, and I hope that it will continue also during the next few years to analyze and to understand, to exchange experiences and information in this area. But it's also connected by coincidence with an extremely important event which is going to take place from the 2nd to the 6th of February at the World of Astoria in New York. It is a really major event for presentation of Italian wines, the excellence of Italian wine production, on regional basis, that will be separated on panels of discussion during 4 days to make the experts, the operators, and the general public, the media, aware of how much Italy is doing and is doing always more so in the research of excellence in wine production on regional basis, to link this production to the regional culture, to the regional component. We know that wine has a national identity, but it has also a very strong regional identity. The seminar today is focused on the description and understanding of the system of control and analysis of the wine production. And I'm very glad also that the consortium for Brunello is represented today, because besides representing really some top of the lines of Italian production, has been also a subject on which we have been engaged recently on the occasion of the latest visit of Minister of Agriculture, Minister Zaia, and we had the pleasure of being hosted by the Bureau and to have the possibility of continuing and improving our cooperation. I believe also that the presence of Guardia di Finanza through Colonel Villanacci is also noticeable today, because there is an important memorandum of understanding which was agreed recently and is the framework of cooperation that we have in place at the governmental level through agencies which are deputed and entitled to work in this area. So let me say again how much I appreciate and compliment the seminar, the fact that we get together to study, to contribute to a better knowledge, but also to show how much the excellence of production is closely linked to standards, safety, and quality control for the protection of the consumer. And all these principles and values are deeply shared between our two countries.
Anyway, I thank the Ambassador for hosting us here today and welcoming us to the Embassy, and for his staff for putting this on. Just to repeat, this is the second edition of this. I think this will probably be an ongoing event. Italian wines make up the largest volume of wine consumed in the United States of an import nature. And in the world, I think the United States ranks by volume as the highest, the biggest market for Italian wine. It's an extremely important market for Italian wines. Why is that important to me? I represent the importers. The importers are the US-based agents of the suppliers for these products in the United States. So it's very important for us that we have a good understanding of the controls, the quality that's put into the product from its genesis, and the role that the private sector and the public sector play to make sure American consumers get the best products they can from all import markets, but here today for Italian products. Just by way of what we're going to do today, there will be a series of short presentations. This will transition for probably about an hour or so until we may have some questions after that. We hope to get everybody out of here or freed up to enjoy some hospitality directly after the meeting by 4:30 or so. So if people have carpools to make or buses or anything, this will not be, they promised me this will not be an Italian event that goes out to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So just to let everybody know. And just to tag on to one thing that the ambassador mentioned is that there's also the second edition of Vino. Last year's Vino 2009, Vino 2010 begins next week in New York. It's a grand event. I was at it last year. Unfortunately, I can't attend it this year, and I offered my apologies to the executive director. But over 300 wineries, suppliers will be represented in the United States. And that's, when you think about it, that's a phenomenal enterprise to bring those folks to the United States and their products to be sampled by folks in the United States and buyers. But I do want to assure TTB that all of the trade and sales samples that entered were cleared, and we got waivers, and it's all been approved, so that's all taken care of. But to talk a little bit about Vino 2010, before we begin the presentations, I'd like to introduce the Executive Director of the Italian Trade Commission, Anela Musella, who will speak to us for about